uh, emanated from Arira or Arira, thankfully, and
Oh yeah.
make friends with a depressed halfling druid, as well as their cellmate, what seems to be an empath type humanoid of some description, going by the name Crow, or at least close enough to that.
That was some ballet recital ass dancing around the specific wording there, I must say.
Good at that. Regardless, you have also gotten 2 bits of information. Dice, you heard from what appears to be your brother or half brother, a family member in one way or another that you have convinced to help you. That there is a large chamber somewhere with a pool of what appears to be some kind of fluid. Does not appear to be water. One half, or about a third of it, green, and the other side purple, or sorry, red. Slowly, with a couple of statues that you recognize the Loth ones, but not the others. There also appears to be some sort of portal type situation in that area. You also know that Zuzia has been taken to the Yunti stronghold slash embassy here in the city of Luthadel. You also got word that there is an item that the Yunti have that gives them a certain amount of stature here within the city's hierarchy. As there aren't very many Yunti here, they do in fact have an item that is of great world-changing power. That's all you really know.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, I believe that brings us to here and now. What would you like to do?
Did we get it full rested?
Since the last fight, no. It's been about a half an hour.
Also, I expect a very important thing to note. We learned that these cages are anti-magic, which
Yes.
could be very useful.
Yes, they do have an anti-magic property that seems to be able to switch on and off, or at least a barrier type property.
Well, no, it's prevented my teleports, so I'd imagine it's anti-magic.
It's at the very least spatial. But yes.
Okay, is it still on in here?
Where you're in, yes, it does appear to still be on.
I
The
cast
grabbers are
Mage Hand.
turned.
Does it appear?
Where do you cast Mage Hand?
In the thing.
In your cell?
Yes.
Inside of your cell, it does work.
Okay, I try and move it out of the cell, or rather, I try and cast it out of the cell.
As you cast it outside of the cell, it does not work.
Okay, so it's a sort of, it's basically a bubble, but it's still a bubble that resists magic, which is very good to know about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, here's the deal. If we can get out of this cell, it is highly likely that we can find our way over to that portal thing, which is obviously a portal, or at least some sort of channel of corruption, which could be used as a portal if we leaped into one of the pools, probably. Which, I mean, we could already had a way to get out of here. We have an immediate way to get a couple of us out of the cell, but at the same time, I feel like we should do some stuff here first. Unless we want to bring over an army of the Feywild. That sounds fun. We should do that maybe sometime, but later. Anyways. So we have a couple of ideas. One, we could go and try and steal the item that the Yuan-Ti have, thus causing the Yuan-Ti to no longer have stature in the city, thus causing a potential war, or at least conflict between the two, which we could then escalate toward belonging, and then basically cause the two sides of this debacle to kill each other, along with the two sides of fiends, because demons and devils normally hate each other, but they don't for some reason here. And what we can do with that is basically just pick off the stragglers and then have people move in if we can call our own armies from otherwhere or elsewhere in the material plane, or again, Feywild. Second option is just abandon this place and then build up resources elsewhere, because this doesn't seem like too much of an issue right now. There is no expanding army per se. There is quite an army, but there is also, nobody's looking to advance per se. This is sort of a territory that's already been taken, so it might be good to try somewhere else. I don't know. What do you guys think?
While there's nothing quite as devastating as a civil war or infighting, how do you propose we even get to this artifact?
It's simple. I escape from my cell. I get you all out, and we go get the artifact.
Brilliant.
And how do you propose we do that with this? I'll just point at Ta's body. We have no way of carrying this.
Well,
Him.
I don't see there's much we can do about him unless you have any way to bring back the dead. As much as I hate to say it.
I'm lacking the material components needed to cast the spell, but I do have that capability. Perhaps
Is
we
Nick
can.
still crazy?
At this point, your insanity, after sleeping for a while, has worn off. Also, I would like everyone who is currently in the cell to give me a perception check.
Oh boy, I'm real good at those.
Woohoo!
All right. So, Dice and Gad, you both see this. As you're speaking about Ta and sort of all of you sort of glance over. The angle allows Gad and Dice to see on the belt a small stone slowly glowing, almost like slowly pulsing.
Like inside of a bag, or is it sort of into the belt, or what is it?
It's sort of in a pouch that's half open. And you
Hold
can
on.
just feel the light sort of pulse.
He might have some friendly assistance from the other side. Hold on. And I go over to him, I open the pouch, basically look inside, see what's going on there.
Is it the sending stone?
It does appear to be the sending stone.
Oh dear.
Better answer it.
You're not sure when this message was received exactly.
I hold it to my ear. Ta is currently unavailable. Go for dice.
Doesn't quite work like that when this one. It's more like a message system.
Fair enough.
So yeah, this is essentially like a 25-word answering machine, for lack of a better term. So, however, you hear. I'm not sure. Yeah, your characters met Saria. At least
More or
once.
less.
Yeah, so you hear the voice of Saria saying, we're here to help. If you can, send us a sign and we'll move in to help. Good luck. And that's
After the message ends, just gonna toss the stone up, catch it in the other hand, and say, "Well, that has solved quite a few problems, I must say. You know that Saria lady? Forget specific role or place, but I do recall that she is rather important, and she appears to have help on the way, or at the very least at the gates. I'm unsure what exactly that can do, considering the city's fortifications, and as the demon guard walks by, populous, but do think that some help is better than none."
You wait a full 2 minutes to spit out the word populous as you're waiting for the guard to go by.
Fair enough.
But it was worth it. It was totally freaking worth it for that one word.
I'm not quite sure. The last time we sent a message to her, we were still in.
No. Last time you sent a message was Ta.
Yeah.
You were captured.
Oh, right as we were captured? Wait,
Little.
I wouldn't know because I was in a different cell.
Well, no, actually, this was after Ta's first fight. with the guy, with the orc. So when you guys were brought here to this cell, that was when that message was sent before the anti-magic field was put up, or well, the barrier anyway.
Nick, she's just like staring at Todd this whole time. She's just zoning out.
All right, new plan. Who has Featherfall? I say as I sort of look over Ty, and I'm going to look for his patch of wings, wherever that is.
You do find the brooch of gliding, yes.
All right. Sort of take it off his form and say, I have an idea.
No Featherfall.
I'd rather
Nyx
not
is
be in the
still-
air again.
She's still staring at Todd, but she says, "Elaborate."
Well, I can dimension door us 500 feet up there. Assuming somebody else comes along, we can do that again. And if they have Featherfall, Nyx, I know that you do magic, we might be able to get to enough of a height that with this and kindly levitate by yours truly, we should be able to glide a decent distance that'll hopefully get us out of the range of the arena. And in doing so, we just might be able to make it somewhere close to the Yuan-Ti stronghold. Then, using my expertise in this sort of tactic and with more likely a distraction on your end, we could be able to sneak in while they're away and use this artifact, or at the very least steal it, destroy it, whatever the case may be, ensure a civil war happens, which would definitely cause quite a signal, I would think. And if not, at the very least, getting us up high gives us more room to give a more, we'll say, typical signal, i.e., you could fireball the air, you could send some sort of pyrotechnics around. I know that's your expertise, per se. Either way, we'll put us in prime position.
Nyx kind of looks around really slowly at everybody else, just kind of gauges their reaction to this plan.
I will
Therefore-
point out, just for you, Thunder, you do remember, I know it's been a little while, but you do remember that once this field or barrier was turned on, you could not Misty Step outside of your cell.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I also, there is no, can I, like, put my hand through it or anything, or no?
You can still put your hand, sorry. What are you trying to put your hand through?
The bars.
The bars? No.
Okay. I wonder if stone shape would work on the stone even with the bubble. That'd be interesting.
So this plan of yours is going to work or not?
Well, it will if we can get this barrier turned off, which I could do if I had a bit of a day's rest.
Nyx starts casting detect magic. The ritual. She'll whip out the book and start doing their thing.
We still have our neighbors from across the street.
I don't know that. Excuse
What
me.
neighbor?
There's a button over. I kind of like try and point to the direction it would be without putting my finger outside the cell. It's over. Could you? It's hard to. I can't reach. Could you just?
You see Crow sort of move up to the edge of the cell, sort of poke like half their face out and sort of stare down the hallway, and then quickly duck off to the side as you hear a set of heavy footsteps heading down the hallway.
Nyx will stop what she's doing.
Okay.
Is it just a guard or is it someone else?
Yeah, it's the Glabrazo walks by again, and as he, go ahead.
I was gonna say I just clink an invisible cup along the bars and use minor illusion to make it sound like a clinking sound.
All right. He does not seem to pay any attention. But as he continues to walk down the hallway, Crow sort of goes over to the bars, waits to until you can't really hear the footsteps anymore. Pulls out a small throwing knife, tosses it. You hear ting off the wall, and you get a feeling in the back of your mind of, I might be able to hit this, essentially. Somewhat trepidatious, but still hopeful optimism.
I tell her, if you can hit that, I'll be able to give you back as many of your knives as you managed to spend. Quite talented, I must say.
Well, sort of nods to you, and then you kind of get like this sort of questioning thought in the back of your head, a sort of win to do this situation.
Well, God's just walked by, which means that it's probably going to be a while for the next one. Yeah, but I
5 to
couldn't
10
stay on, but couldn't stay on cue for my explanation if he tried. So I figure it might as well take him a while for this. Yes, if you can disable the barrier, I can bring you back your knives, and it'll look like nothing ever happened. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is a sort of tap in between the bars at the barrier. Is it invisible?
It is invisible until you touch it, in which case you can almost see this translucent, sort of bluish, almost haze pop out. It's yeah, it's almost like touching water, but it fucking
Yeah.
hurts, and that's yeah.
Normally invisible, meaning so long as we aren't leaning against it, you shouldn't be able to tell. Although,
Hypothetically.
it
Last
might be
time,
best to save this for tomorrow. I know my friends are less than capable at current, and I myself have perhaps a bit less energy than I should. So, well, I
okay.
appreciate
So
your
last
enthusiasm.
time, if I
Yes?
remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure I do because I rewatched the episode. Last time, you guys, you went on a little jaunt, we'll say.
I don't remember going on
Across.
a jaunt, but
Well, just across the way and back with your,
yes.
and you did
Said
a
hello
few
to
other
my
things.
neighbors.
Yep. However, you do know that you were expected to fight sometime today, or at least a few of you were. That
I have all my spell slots, so I think we did
Yeah,
take
me,
that
me
rest.
too, but I think. Did we take a rest?
you guys
Oh.
took
I
a
thought-
long rest before, woke up, and then did your stuff, jumping back and forth.
I think there was
In the
2-dimension
cells.
doors that I used.
I think they were Misty Steps.
I
Or
didn't
there mu-
use. I don't think I've
Okay.
used a step. I don't have
Okay,
Misty
it
Step.
would've-
so-
okay, so it must have been Dimension Door.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely used at least one dimension door. Because I remember you describing like a doorway opening up on the wall over here next to Eeyore.
Now you're thinking of portals.
I think it was just
Which is
one
a
because I went
lie.
over there, did some chatting, and then the other guy threw me to the back into the cell and hit the thing.
Yeah.
So-
Oh no, he just went over there and turned on the barrier. Yeah, and then he did throw you back in there eventually. Just
Alright.
took him a few minutes.
And while we're waiting here, I'm gonna just, as he's chatting, I'm gonna double check that the copper coins I placed for the Gentle Repose on Ta are staying in place.
They appear to be undisturbed so far.
And so, with that in mind, forget that last bit. I just say, do it now. We'll be able to get Judekus to you, and we will be able to make sure nothing happened. Or at least it looks like as such.
All right. Well, let's see. Here's 13. First one misses. You hear a tink off the off the stone. Second one, not much better. And you can see that it seems they have maybe two more there. So, what the fuck? How? How?
It's getting better. Shut up. It's getting better. No!
Why did you say that?
Yeah. Sort of looking over there. Actually, in this case, you just hear the right way. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. There we go. Yeah. You hear just sort of this sigh for a second from a very small halfling who will use Grasping Vine to essentially hit the fucking thing.
All right. Grasping Vine is a big spell to use. I think you mean Thorn Whip.
Nope. Doesn't have
Okay.
Thorn. Just says Grasping Vine. It's the only one that's actually going to work.
Have we made deals with these friends of ours?
Well,
We
yes.
hold
We
them
made a
and
deal with the
ate them out.
halfling while Crow was out fighting.
Question. Gad,
Hanson.
how easy would it be to banish this fellow with little inconvenience to you? You think you could do it?
I could. Yes, this is within the realm's possibility.
Perfect. Next he comes around, perhaps. Might be a good idea.
Very well, if you believe this is the wisest course of action.
Oh, I definitely don't, but I think it's the most fun. Question. How big is this facility we're being held in? I know we've got some prisoners here, right?
Yeah.
How many more cells are there?
So in this part of the hallway, it seems like these are the 4 cells that are around you. However, considering how quickly the Glabrazone moves and how and so being able to hear and all
And how long it takes them to go through it all?
exactly.
Probably.
It seems, depending on how far he goes each time, right?
Mhm.
Seems like it's a sizable enough complex. Not
Okay.
ridiculously huge, but relatively large.
And it does appear to be the same Glabrazo each time, right?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Wonderful. All right.
They
So,
all the same.
Does it seem like it would be the same size as the one from God, I can't remember the fucking town. The city. The one with the giant fuck off obelisk.
Oh.
that can be 2 towns at this point, just saying.
Well, the first one.
Okay.
I will roll a history if need be.
No. There was no Glabrazo there.
But like as in terms of the size of the complex.
Oh, are you talking about on the 3 Sisters?
No,
Like,
no, not
way
the Three
more
Sisters.
Okay.
The magical fuck off obelisk that Dragon Dude picked up.
Right.
Yeah, from there.
What are you asking about it?
Would it be about the same size of the complex that me, Ta, and Nix
Are you
found?
talking about the jail in that?
Yes.
Oh, the
City?
jail.
Okay.
Oh,
there we
okay.
go.
God, that's
Words.
how you
Your
fucking-
words, dude. Come
Yeah,
on.
right?
How do I roleplay again?
This so the jail there, the actual area, so it was like a military keep with a jail underneath. The jail was much more compact. This seems much more spread out. So it's a larger complex, although you're not sure how many more or less people it hold. The other one was for kind of mass incarceration. This doesn't quite seem that way.
Let's see. So we've established that these guys can see invisibility and they can see through illusions, I believe.
Mhm.
So that's just going through my options. Okay, so I'm not skilled enough to get all of these people out of their cells. But Juzia is, and we have a decent idea of where she's taken. So happens to be the same place with the artifact. Likely.
Mhm. Yes.
So, who is up for a multi-stage rescue prison break Civil War starter conflict igniter extravaganza?
I'm not sure about being right in the middle of all of it, as we are carrying a non-combatant and
A dead body.
our old friend.
Don't we have a bag of holding?
You do. It's very full, as far as I know.
I,
That is a good point.
Lucian was asking that to the group.
Yeah, I know. Still.
We could always stuff him in there if he'll fit. I mean, he is kind of fat.
All right. So with that said, by the way, I'm going to cast Mage Hand and just sort of one by one toss her daggers back at her, or back towards her.
All right.
Herself. So that's
Get us out of
evidence.
the cell first, and then we'll figure out about staging a giant revolution or whatever you want to call it.
Technically, we are out of the cell effectively. All I have to do is open the door.
Then open the door.
Okay, what would it be to open the door? Does it have a lock on it? Is it just like
It does have a lock. It would be a thieves' tool. You could use thieves' tools if you wanted.
I do not have
Or,
thieves' tools.
Okay, so a sleight of hand at disadvantage.
What material is the cell of the door made out of?
It appears to be a pretty heavy sort of black iron, as far as you can tell.
And have I seen the Glover Zoo come in and open the door with the key?
Yes, at least once. Yes.
Shit. Okay. Tell me whether or not I could do this.
Sure.
Do you want to try and banish him without his keys?
Well, that's one idea, yes.
I
But-
could take his keys off with Mage Hand, and then before he can say anything, you can banish him.
The other option is I burn a pretty high level spell, either animate objects or creation, and basically make a copy of the key. Or steal the key
Damn.
right off his belt. Conversely, I could just make a copy of the key the old fashioned way.
Conversely, I could steal the key, and you could bamf him away. Or I could just steal the key, and if he notices, you bamf him away. If he doesn't, just go with that.
Okay.
Also,
That-
question: isn't Nyx also trained in this kind of thing?
What thing?
Lockpicking, stealing, etc.
Oh, yeah, I can steal. Yeah, but I can't lockpick.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Nyx and say, all right, Nyx. I know that it's not normally the kind of thing you would take, but I want you to do something for me and for him and for all of us, really. So when the Glabrezu comes back, big man with multiple arms, I'm going to ask you to please just look around his belt, see if you can see what should be there, which is a ring of keys. I want you to take it off his belt, maybe make sure he doesn't notice when you do so, and then simply slink back in here, make sure nobody notices, and then we'll be home free, be able to resurrect your friend as soon as possible. Could you do that for me?
And you expect me to get out there? How?
Very carefully.
Wait, don't you have Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Then use that.
The anti-magic barrier does seem to be down.
Yes, that was the whole thing we spent the daggers doing, and
Okay, so that is done. All right.
magic barrier is down, which means he won't expect you to use Mage Hand, which means if you can get the key off,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you
Wonderful.
can distract him well enough. Yeah.
more or less.
All right then.
Uh,
Wait for him to come by again. Then I guess Nyx will stand in the corner in such a way that she kind of has a really good angle on either side of whoever's walking down the hallway.
And to distract him, I'm going to put a pair of sunglasses out, sort of away from my cell over here-ish, sort of throw them through the bars.
You have sunglasses?
Not just any sunglasses.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. The sunglasses threw me, and now I'm confused.
Remember
do
the
that
anti-perv sunglasses that I found in the
Yeah, okay.
mansion?
Fair enough. Yes. Okay, so you throw those.
Yep.
And then Nyx is set up to attempt to steal essentially.
Yep.
As
Okay.
soon as he walks by our cell, cast Mage Hand and try and swipe the keys off his belt.
Okay. You can start to hear the footfalls.
Places, everyone, places. Don't be near the cell.
Meanwhile, let's alert. Okay. So as it comes in here, it does sort of notice the sunglasses. They're sitting over here. But quickly looks up to each of you. Gets to about here, and then you see its eyes sort of focus in a strange way. As it gets to here, stops, looks into your cell, pokes
All right,
one
wait.
finger.
While he's doing this, can I see the keys on his left side?
Yes, you can see the keys on his left side.
Okay. All right, keep going.
Lucian
Uh,
will flip a bird.
I'm still.
Pokes one finger through the bars and turns
That-
around.
Point, I just kind of elbow Gad.
Okay.
Nix, Gad, do thing, do
Yeah,
thing.
I'll- Yep.
Give
I'll-
me the opportunity.
As soon as I see the key start moving,
I'll
Banish.
cast Mage Hand now.
Okay.
Do I have to sleight of hand this?
Yes, this will be a sleight of hand.
Okie dokie. Come on, proficiency. Do good. Oh my god.
Okay. You kind of grab onto the keys, but you're not able to get them free of the belt that the thing has.
You can grapple a creature one size above you, right?
You can attempt to, but yes, it would be. Well, can you? Thought maybe that was barbarians only, but
I think that's barbarians because of the rage stuff, because they're treated as one size larger.
Maybe, I don't know.
But as soon as I see the keys move like off of the belt,
2 or more sizes larger than you. Yes. So, you can attempt to grapple a creature larger than
I'm going to, as I'm getting ready to catch banishment, I'm going to walk up to the wall here and attempt to grab him and ask him, "Hey, when is the next fight?"
you
What?
hear in your head, very soon.
Can I try this again while this is happening?
Well, it's like pressing the button.
I'm going to
I'm gonna
cast.
cover the button. Just literally hands up and say, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind.
I'm
because really
already
not
casting
going to do
banishment.
that. Okay, never mind.
You already okay. What is okay? So it needs to make a save.
Charisma.
Charisma, 16.
Okay. It does not make. Nyx, make me a sleight of hand check. I'm gonna give you one shot at this.
Ooh.
It doesn't make. You had to beat Kai's DC. So, at that point, the Glabrazo disappears. So does the key.
Well, that almost went worse than it already did, but
Did-
I appreciate your ingenuity.
Did you happen to see the key that he uses for this cell? Do you know what it looks like? Do I know what it looks like?
Did I get a decent look at it?
You know what? No, I want to know what this key looks like. Can I do a history check on this fucking thing, please?
How about just great intelligence?
Yeah, that's not what history is for, but okay.
That's not what history is for.
Straight up
Oh,
intelligence
Straight
check.
intelligence to be able to. Let's see if you manage to get whatever the key looked like and keep it in your brain.
If somebody else wants to do this, I'm okay with that.
I mean-
you know,
You.
okay.
Ooh!
Oh,
Yay.
good.
Okay. You, interestingly, you did get a bit of a look at it as it was the target of your mage hand. Also, because you had grabbed onto it, you have a rough idea of vaguely what it was made of and about the right sizes, as your mage hand is roughly equivalent to your own hand. And you get at least
Perfect.
some sensory input through your hand. So, with enough time and effort, you could potentially recreate this key.
Sweet. Can I draw it like to scale?
Sure. I'm gonna grant that one to you.
Sweet. Yeah. Then I'll try to
I'm not
draw it
gonna make
out
you
and
roll
then
for it.
hand it to Gad and say, I'm pretty sure that's what the key looks like.
All right. It is a relatively complex key. It has a lot of little bits that sort of jut out at odd angles. So it's not an easy task exactly. And you're working off of a 2D representation of a 3D object, but you're probably somewhat used to doing something.
I am going to look across the way and see what the overall width of the keyhole is.
Okay, it's about 2 inches wide, about almost 6 inches long.
Okay,
So
and the
big
key,
ass
the drawing of the key is 6 inches long as well.
Yeah, about.
Cool.
All right, I'd say you have about 5 minutes, perhaps less. Please don't make this for nothing.
I'm gonna make it out of stone.
Okay.
Or, yeah. I'm just gonna try to copy it as best as I can right off the page and what it would look
Wait.
like.
Wait. Do you want to do that right now? I mean, isn't this dude gonna come back in like 3 seconds?
Not if I hold the spell.
How long can you hold this for?
Well,
If you hold it for a minute, he's bamfed back to his home plane.
Yes.
But also, this spell doesn't require concentration, which means he can just do it. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
All right then.
Of course, however long it takes for him to send the word out or get back from his home plane is essentially the time limit until you run into somebody else.
Yep.
Um,
So I'm just
Granted,
gonna
he is
hold
still
it
in
for
a
the full
demi-plane,
duration.
I believe.
he is
Or-
currently in a demi plane.
And he will be until we get for basically the minute that it takes to recreate this key.
Yep.
A little less, a few seconds less, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you begin creating the key. You see these two sort of move up, kind of both looking down the hallway, almost keeping guard. Yari, a little, let's say, nonplussed by the whole situation, but you almost think you see a little bit of hope in his eye. But
I
that
don't
goes away
know-
pretty quickly.
I don't know what that means because it means two things.
This whole time, there's just like this little cluster of shadows in my hand, slowly like 3D printing a key out.
Okay.
Also, yeah,
So-
nonplussed can mean either unenthused or very enthused.
Let's go with unenthused, considering the theme of that particular Eeyore-like character.
Fair enough.
So, meanwhile, we're going to make a slight cut here.
Okay.
Zuzia, you are currently locked in a 20 by 20 foot room. There is a key, and it looks like the key to the door. But there is that same contraption, that glass-ish case that you know is much stronger than it should be, with the two spikes hooked up so that if you were to press down on those spikes, it would open the case. You know how it was open last time, but this time, you're alone.
And it's in the room with me?
Yeah?
Is there anything in the room with me?
Just that case with the spikes.
Okay. Well,
However, you can hear outside the door a couple of voices talking, not lowly, not quietly or anything, but speaking through this sort of metal door. can't make out what they're saying from where you are, as you're on essentially the other side of the room. But if there's anything you'd like to do, I don't want to leave you out. That's part of it.
Yeah, it's fine. I can't really think of anything. Can I see through the door?
There is a very, very tiny gap at the bottom of the door. You can see. You sort of crouch down. Make me a perception check. Let's just see how
Okay.
how accurate your vision, etc. is. Okay. So, as you are sort of crouching down, essentially like laying down on the floor, just looking, getting one eye to kind of get underneath the little crack, you can just barely make out what appear to be two shadows, maybe humanoidish size. You have a guess that they're the ones talking outside. The conversation is muffled still. However, you hear two words as they're going, mostly because of the cadence of their speech is very, very quick, almost urgent. You hear the word Citadel, and you hear the word Ifriti.
Okay.
What they mean, you're not entirely sure. However, you hear a third set of footsteps shortly after, walking up to the door. You hear a knock for a second, and a familiar, somewhat snaky voice of a now nearly twice killed, well, actually, no, now a twice killed entity, companion perhaps from a time long gone, speak through. Zuzia, I hope you're having fun in there. I'm going to watch you rot. But before I do that, I have a small surprise for you. You remember that creature? That thing we killed out on patrol? Well, it seems it had children, and I've been raising this one just for you. And you can start to hear the ceiling, part of the ceiling peeling back, stone grinding on stone, very slowly. I mean, an inch a minute, really slowly. But I want to savor this. So, have fun. And you hear the footsteps walk away. So, that's where we're going to leave you for the moment. You've got a door opening with something terrifying potentially up there.
Okay.
I will say, feel free to think up what your moves might be, considering.
Remember,
Okay.
you have a clear box with a key in it with two spikes on the side.
Yep, spike on either side. Essentially, it's like a metal ring around the box with spikes on either side. And if you apply pressure evenly to both sides and enough of it, it will drop this sort of clasp around it, around the box itself, and let it open like a clamshell sort of thing. However, the spikes, from what you remember, Zuzia, are magically enchanted to literally cut anything that touches them, for the most part. So
And poison?
and usually poison too. So it's kind of one of those things where it's a bit brutal. So with that, I need to quickly go and take, let's call it like a 10-minute break, just because I need to go hack up a lung, and take some meds so that I don't continually hack up a lung.
Have
And
fun.
then we'll pick this back up. Fair? So thankfully we can go a little longer tonight.
Yeah, go deal with your plague.
Yep.
I'll be back.
Well, how do I do that? Shit.
So who's for plan Drow Genasi Eagle of Rescue?
Maybe?
Nah, just leave her.
Or actually, no. Let's just release everyone first.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's do the revolution thing.
Did we bring enough pamphlets?
We don't need pamphlets. We got NPCs.
No. Ask
What?
Korg. We need pamphlets.
That's only because it was a rock, so we got beat by paper.
Yeah, I rewatched Endgame today. Well,
That was Thor Ragnarok, but okay.
so.
I guess it was also an Endgame. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's how I do it. Okay, cool. Don't mind me, I'm just,
Try and figure out the spell that you're casting.
no, live figuring out what the fuck I need to do in order to set up like a Be Right Back page for the stream.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Do it very carefully.
Okay, that's something I'm looking for.
I'm gonna be right back too.
Alrighty.
We're all gonna die.
Not all. I'm gonna get out, obviously.
I could probably survive.
You'll swear on the basis of that you're not really alive.
Well, I'm a living construct, but you know, if you want to be specious about it.
You'll be ruined for 1,000 years, and then you'll be brought back to life by somebody kickstarting your motor, and then that'll be a whole nother adventure.
Oh, the perks of
something
being
post-apocalyptic.
functionally immortal.
Mm-hmm. At least you're not malfunctionally immortal. Okay, I'll actually leave now. Bye.
Ooh, hold on, that's a good point. I can do this.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, anyways, for anybody who's still here or is watching this on YouTube, please hang on with me as I try to figure out how to set up my own screensaver for being AFK or BRB. And, does that work? Where did I put it? Oh my god, no, what have I done? Oh, there we go. And there we go.
Took you long enough.
And we're back. Thank you all for waiting.
Now
right,
everyone
Prison Break.
dies.
Prison Break 3. More prison-y and breakier.
So, you guys have managed to disappear Glabrazo. The banishment spell ends. The Glabrazo does not return. However, and you also managed to create the key. I'm going to say, roll me. This will be relatively simple. Roll me a Smith's Tools proficiency. You're good at this shit. Just wanna rule out
what
natural
attribute?
one. This will be with intelligence.
Ooh, not great. Woo!
16. Yeah, you managed to create a. It was really just to see if you got a natural one.
And you just, it's right there.
Yeah, but thankfully you didn't have disadvantage.
Oh.
So as you create this large key, you now have it in your hands. A large stone key.
Well, I don't quite know where to slot this in from this side, so. And my arm's too big to fit through the fucking bar, so I'll hand it to the fucking dice.
I take it, walks over to the key, or to the lock rather, and place it in. Turn the key in the lock. Bada bing, bada boom. Should be good.
Well, they're expecting to see us soon. As the Clevers said, our fight was supposed to be soon, but we should get out of here regardless.
Yeah, so
we're giving
we're
them
gonna
a
be
fight
close
right
to
now.
Where are we putting
let's work on
Ta?
getting these guys out.
All right, so you managed to turn the key. It takes a second because it's a heavy key and a very heavy lock, and you have to sort of apply some strength. But you manage to eventually sort of twist it in the way that it opens, and the door is now open for you.
All right. As it opens, I hand the key off to Gad. You're strong, right?
Yes.
Nyx is like hooking Gad up right now with like the bag of holding, and she's like digging through her pack right now. Like she's busy with him at the moment.
All right, fine. I go over here, turn the key, unlock them.
All right. In this case, give me a strength check. This door is a little bit more janky.
All right. 11.
As you're sort of pushing, it just won't quite turn. It appears that there's something vaguely jammed into the lock somewhere, or it's just a rusty old piece of shit, really.
I whisper, yell back, "God, fuck's sake, stop playing dress up. Come on."
Hold on. I'll just look towards Nyx, put my head up. Sorry. Hold on. He's too weak. I'll try it.
All right. You attempt to turn it, and you are also having trouble.
I will take it
can,
back
at
out.
this point, start to hear the sound of footsteps in the hallway. Heavy ones.
I look back to Lucian. Lucian, do you have anything that could, cause a bit of a mix-up, per se? Because if not, I'm going to be the distraction. I don't want to be the distraction. I've had enough of that in my life, frankly.
What kind of distraction you want?
Any kind of distraction. Just... Okay, what is unclear about what we're doing here? Get the lock unturned, get them out of our way.
Try to keep it silent, all right?
I'm gonna hand the key back to Dice and head back into our cell and try to get Ta into the fucking bag.
Or maybe halfway in the bag?
Well, if he only
Put
goes
some damage
halfway
flavor on it.
in, I mean, are you removing anything from the bag to do this?
I will take out the Song of Tenmur.
Okay. My point is, you have a lot of shit in your bag.
Yeah, we do.
You're not going to fit Ta in the bag along with all the rest of that shit.
Fucking.
There's no
What are the
bucket.
largest things in a bag? Tents?
Can you carry Ta over your shoulder?
I'm not that strong.
There are 4 50-pound large adamantine plates. There is an air crystal that takes up quite a bit of space.
Shit, we will need that though.
Let's see.
Or I can make him walk for 2 hours a day.
I don't know that you can because Gad did gentle repose on him.
I just have to remove the coins, and then he'll be susceptible to necromancy, but also it's necromancy.
But also, who cares? At this point, we're kind of.
I can set him on fire.
Okay, how about helpful solutions at this point? And because nobody else seems to be.
How big is the jade statue?
I walk into the cell, close the door, because we are very much not focused on getting out at this point in time. And I put the key in my pouch. It's a big key, but I just kind of drop it into my pack.
Luckily, it's made of stones that'll last 12 hours.
So your big manly arms couldn't get any of these keys turned or anything like that? We're just gonna sit back in here?
Well, mine couldn't, but Gad's probably could if he was focused on more than getting Tal into a bag.
That's a good focus.
Really? I don't understand.
Where would we leave the body? I mean, also, I would not want to leave him here. He deserves much better. For all of his faults.
Yes, everybody deserves better. But we don't have better right now.
We're not leaving without Taha.
You can hear sort of like this snorting noise as something heavy set, maybe even more heavy set than the Glabrazo, is making its way down the hallway. It's around the corner still, but it is certainly on its way towards you.
Are we going to get out of here? That is my question to you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Then let's go.
Give us some direction.
I have been giving you direction. Fuck's sake. All right. Who can get the key turned? Who can get a distraction? Who can block that doorway off? I need options. I need to know what we can do here.
I'm gonna look.
How about you and Gad focus on opening those doors? Lucian, why don't you cover one hallway? I will cover the other hallway. Make sure nothing comes close to us. If it does, just spell it to death.
Thank you. Let's go.
All right.
I open the door again and I try the key one more time on these guys.
That's
with help from Gad, if possible.
I'll just like fist overhand his hand and just turn it with him.
Go ahead. Roll with advantage.
Advantage 19.
All right. The key finally turns and the door slowly creaks open with sort of a very rusty, sort of almost wailing sound. At that, you hear the footsteps sort of begin to pick up pace.
I'll move into position.
Next door. Do the next cell.
You have, at this point, you see what looks like a large sort of bulbous stomach coming around the corner.
That's not fun.
I tell the two in the cell, get out of here and get to the there should be an army outside the city. Get to them, tell them we're safe, tell them that shit's going down. At this point, I go over to him, and before we open it, as I sort of put the key in, I'd like to cast message to this person, or this thing, this gentleman, gentle squid, that's the one. And in the message, I say, "You there? Would you like to raise some hell with me?"
You get a thin voice, almost a voice that sounds like it's almost drowning in water. I've nothing better to do, I suppose.
Wonderful. We're going to be fast friends, you and I. Come on, get.
As that happens, the rest of you see this come around the corner.
It's so cute.
Large, very fat, small-winged, heavily tusked, almost like orc-faced creature. It looks at each of you out in the hallway where you're probably not supposed to be. It doesn't say anything. It just roars at you and charges. And we're going to need to roll initiative at this point.
All right. We're also going to need to get your Aunt Aurora out of that cell because she's not conscious.
I am working on it at this point
Here
in time.
we go.
Everything is coming up, Dice. All right.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
Fucking plus a 0.
This will be interesting.
It was nice knowing you guys.
I think this is a little more apt. Let me grab. Get rid of that. Write that down. There we go. All right, is that everybody?
I think so. Aside from the NPCs, if they want to help.
Yep. Well, one of them I rolled for Yore. I have a thing for Crow, so.
And
All
what is
right.
this gentle squid's name, if I may ask? Is it even to me?
Has it given it to you yet?
You have not learned its name.
Fair enough.
He's been relatively quiet, actually. I will roll initiative for him on the next round. He seems slow to get up.
All right.
All right. So that brings us to Nyx. You see a large thing, beastly thing in front of you. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna give it the finger while casting a spell at it.
Okay.
No, if you provide him the circumstances, he might be far more amiable to our position.
Ooh.
All right.
I mean, that's 30
Save
feet,
your
right?
con save.
I'm not dumb, am I?
No, that's definitely
Yeah,
within
no,
30 feet.
you're within range.
Okay.
All right. And as a con save, he has advantage.
Oh, God.
He
Nice.
makes the save. So that is half damage, so 15 points of necrotic damage. Does not have resistance. So,
And I will move behind Gad.
all right. All right. Anything else? That's it.
That's it.
All right. Brings it to its turn. It is not happy about that. Let's see here. I think at this point it's going to move up here, forcing this door, or sort of blocking this door here. Going to... Okay. I need... To start, I need a... Wisdom save from Gad, Nyx, Rira, yeah, pretty much everybody over here. Everyone but Dice and Lucian.
Oh.
As a DC 15, so Nyx, you are currently frightened. Yore, let's go ahead and do a wisdom save for you. Okay, that's a no. Arira is fine. But unfortunately, Crow is not. Okay.
Wait, so Arira is conscious?
Semi-conscious. I did say that before. She's not unconscious, just very, very, very out of it.
Gotcha.
Immobile, but not unconscious. That would be the way that I would put it.
Gotcha.
You know, having something tear its way out of you tends to do that to a person.
Hopefully she can still do some post-delivery magic math. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so
Magic meth?
Masses.
that will bring the Nalfishne's turn to a close. Brings us to you, Dice.
Alright, anything behind me, by the by? I don't think we saw anything in that cell.
Down this way? Oh no,
No,
nothing
hi.
nothing down here. No.
Okay, so Is this a cell here?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just these 4 in this part of
There
the hallway.
are. What?
It's just these 4 cells in this hallway.
There are 3 cells that I can see, but I assume this one's empty.
Yep.
Okay. Is it my action to try and undo this guy's cage?
It would be an action to open the cage, yes.
Okay. Would it still be a strength check?
Yep. It's
Okay.
lower. It'll be a slightly lower DC because this one's not quite so fucked up.
All right. I'm gonna put the key in and say, "All right, Lucian, I'm trusting you here. You're gonna do great. I believe in you." Bardic Inspiration. Take it. D10. Next up, strength check. Gods, please. 20. We're good.
Okay. So that opens the door. That is your action. Bonus action, anything?
And you that was the Bardic Inspiration.
Oh.
And you there, Gentle Squid. If I could get your name, please.
I will do that on his turn, actually, considering he is. You now see, now that you're closer, you can see this old, very thin, almost emaciated Mind Flayer. You might not have seen Mind Flayers before, but the rest of the party have, certainly. You might have met 1 or 2.
I was in their lair. I've seen my fair
Okay,
share of
that's
Mind
right.
Flayers. Thank you very
This
much.
one, sorry, I forgot that you were part of the campaign at that point. I don't know why, but my brain just.
That was when I joined, I believe.
It was a long time ago.
It has been a while. You see that this thing is very emaciated. One of its legs looks a little like it was broken, and then started healing, but slightly off.
Be right back.
It does not look like it's in a great situation. However, it slowly sort of climbs up to its feet, and I will have it roll initiative next at the top of the round.
And I know I already used my Bardic Inspiration, but I say to it, if you're hungry, I happen to know what you eat, and there are quite a few of those that way. And I point to my right down this hallway. Speaking of, anything that way?
As far as you can see, the hallway ends another 30 or 40 feet down the way.
Does it turn, or is it just a dead end?
It does turn.
All right.
It turns. So if you're running that way, it turns to the left.
People in cages. I just use. Can I use like a? Nah, I don't think he's interested in rations. He doesn't eat that kind of food. But
No, not
step-
really his thing.
back here to this cage. Sort of show him the way. Sort of very showman-like. Swing my arms to the side down the hallway and say, by the way, just as a point of reference, eat my kind of people, not his kind of people. Not in the cages. People like me. Not me, though. People like... Anyways, go on. That's for sure.
Okay. That brings us to Gad.
What's Lucian's dex modifier?
Two.
You guys can choose between
Okay,
the two of
cool.
you if you
I
want.
guess I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. This is
Still trying to decide.
this is a thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and just is concentration. But I do have Warcaster. Okay, I'm gonna cast as a bonus action
Mm-hmm.
Holy Weapon
Okay.
on my Warhammer, and I am going to ready my shield and just swing at this motherfucker.
Okay. 25 does hit.
Okay, so that's one-handed. That's 9 bludgeoning damage plus... Oh my god, there's so many things on here. Alright, so first, that's a 2d8. And then on top of that, I also have Divine Strike, which is another 2
All right.
fire damage on top of that.
All right. Yeah, you can, as you sort of swing out once, it sort of blocks with its arm, thinking it's going to shrug off the attack, and you can see as it impacts it almost, the indent blazes with this sort of radiant energy, leaving what looks like a burn mark on its skin. Doesn't look happy about that, but, I mean, also looks like a bag of hit points, so, you know.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna stay right where I am.
Okay, Lucian, you're up.
Okay. Let's go with an old school one.
Okay. This is a wisdom save, I believe.
Let me double check.
Spells, top of the page.
What the hell? Is the...
It should be 17 if you've got max casting stat.
It's 17.
Yep, okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep, alright, so it has advantage against this.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. That is a 21.
Fuck.
Because
Okay.
magic.
Yep. So, you see him slow down for a second. His eyes sort of disfocus and then refocus on you, Lucian. And he sort of shrugs off the slow and begins moving at his regular speed again.
Ty really was the best of us, wasn't he? Anyways.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Fair enough. Okay. This is Yore, who has to run away and can't get out the door. So he's gonna move back. Well, he doesn't have to run away, but he can't move any closer. He's gonna try to move back away from... Actually, no, he wouldn't do that. I'm gonna play this as if it were Ta, because I don't know how Yore would be played exactly, but gonna hang out here. Let's
Oh no.
Going to... Yeah, he's gonna chicken out. He melts into the stone. All right, so that brings us to
Yeah, that
down
does
to
sound
here.
like something Taylor would do.
Yep. So let's see here. Meanwhile,
Oh, Crow, it's not doing anything.
Crow is going to attempt disengage. Move out to here. Their full movement. Oh, yeah. And then, that would be, yep. That's about all they can actually do at the moment. But we'll begin concentrating on something.
Hello, sir, ma'am. Please beware of the giant angry squid monster. He appears to be rather creepy today. Just say that to Crow. as she passes by.
They sort of nod. All right, so that'll be for next round, for this round, and actually, I don't even need to do that. That's freaking awesome. Okay, Nyx, you are up currently. You are currently frightened.
Okay.
Nafishne. You can
So
make.
I have to run away, right?
No.
Oh, did you
Can't
roll
move any closer.
wisdom?
I'm going to right now.
for everybody's turn who's frightened?
Yore is no longer frightened. Well, underground.
Yeah.
And what's the other one that had it? Oh, right. 10 plus 6. Nope, still frightened. Okay.
That's 2 nat 1s on that in a row.
Yep.
Okay.
So that brings us to you next. You can make a saving throw at the end of your turn. Oops. Damn it. But you can take an action now if you'd like. What do you want to do? You don't have to run, but you can.
No, she's gonna run away.
Okay.
So then I have to make a save.
No, you don't have the end of your
So
turn.
as you
Ah.
run, it will take an opportunity attack at you.
Oh, I'm not close. Oh, okay. I wasn't.
It has reach.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it will make its, as you run, it sort of reaches out and tries to bite at you. Be a 29 to hit. For 40 piercing damage.
What?
Okie dokie.
Excuse me?
That ends it. What it can do there.
Now for sneepy sons of bitches.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else that you'd like to do next?
Nope.
No actions?
I mean, you
I
have an
mean-
action.
I'm frightened, right? Like, what the? Am I inhibited with what I can do?
No, I
You
mean,
can throw spells and shit if you want, man.
Yeah, it's disadvantage on attack rolls for spells, but other than that,
Well, you're not
Oh.
in melee anymore.
not a
Right.
melee, but they're still in line of sight.
yeah. Any attacks that you have to roll for, will you have to do at disadvantage against the creature, and you cannot approach it. So you either have to stay where you are or move away.
Yep.
So
Ah.
yeah, any attack that requires a roll will be at disadvantage, but you still have your action.
Okay then. I guess I'll. Yeah, you know what? I'll use this on him. Wait, hold on. Let me just check the range. Yeah, I will. I will use this on him. I will cast Enervation.
Okay. DC 18. Dex save. Huh? Does have advantage, but okay. He makes just barely with that natural 18. Actually,
So,
what the?
let's see. Good.
Doesn't feel right.
What?
I know this. The enervation spell, like, that's. Well, what level is that?
That was actually pretty high level. That was level 5.
Okay, let's see here.
I
Okay.
think it also gives health back to Nyx. Yes.
Yeah.
It gives health back
Yeah.
to Nyx.
It'll-
So,
If he made it, then I think I get half damage back. Half of the
See.
damage is what I get back in health, I believe.
okay, no. So it takes half that damage.
Oh,
because
it takes
did
that.
make. It did make it, just barely. So it will be 8 damage.
No, okay, you don't automatically get health back, but
It
if it
has to fail.
fails, yeah, if it fails, then you can do damage to it each turn. But you
Mhm.
succeeded, so
Gotcha.
Yeah.
poop.
However,
it's like better Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt, but for HP.
yep. Unfortunately, that one was a fail. I just wanted to go and quickly read the spell, so I actually knew what the fuck.
Yeah, I used to have that on
It
my
did.
warlock, but
Yeah.
oopsie daisies.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do? You have a bonus action.
Nope.
Okay. Brings us to the Nalfishne, who is going to think. Who can actually see over there? Yeah. Okay. It is going to. So, Gad, as you're looking, as all of you are looking at it, it suddenly disappears and reappears here.
What? Was that a spell?
No.
Okay. That's bad.
It has a teleportation ability. So it reappears there, and I want, because of who is there, I want the people in the hallway specifically to give me a perception check.
24.
Everybody in the hallway?
Also, yeah, Busty, you roll a wisdom save because you could not be frightened.
Yep. Please roll a wisdom save and please roll high.
Sorry about misspelling your name.
Okay, you are no longer frightened, thank God, and you are immune to that ability for the next 24 hours.
Sweet.
Neato.
At least from this one.
Ryan,
So
why?
because you banished the one guard and then didn't get out very quickly, and that guard had a boss. So the boss came to see what the fuck was going on.
That's fair.
So that so that is the teleportation. That I'm going to, yep, that'll be its action. Which is lucky for you guys.
Yeah.
It is going to stay there. However, let's see, this will be a dice, and actually, Lucian, you wouldn't quite see this. Dice. You, having studied the bars here, would have also seen the very faint runes in the stonework that sort of create the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
You see similar runes over here. You also see that from where you are, with all the craziness that's been going on, you would have seen a small pebble or something along those lines hit that area and bounce back. However, you also saw the Nalfashneh walk through it. If I'm gonna say, with your base magic knowledge, you get the idea that it might be sort of a one-way, like a one-way mirror.
Interesting.
Or something.
However,
that ends the Nalfashneh's turn and brings us to you.
Okay, so from what I'm getting, when you say one-way mirror, you don't mean like a one-way door per se, or is that more
It's
along the
basically a
lines?
one-way door. It seems to allow things in, not so much, or things going in one direction, just not the other.
I just say to the Nalfashneh, I didn't think it'd be one for a cage match, but that's what you want. I'm afraid you're stuck in here with us, unfortunately. We have quite a few friends.
I actually worked on a Nalfashneh voice, and I can't do it right now because it would literally make me just go into a ridiculous coughing fit.
Do it.
Nope. Nope. It hurts so much.
All right. Let's see. What is my range on him? What is my movement? So if I went boop, boop, there, I would be able to do it, and then yeah. Okay, so I'm going to step here, throw a dagger at him.
Okay.
The fractal dagger, in fact. So I throw a copy of the thing.
Okay.
Boop. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And that's going to be 6 psychic damage.
All right.
Seem to take it.
He does appear to take.
I'm going to add on to that Psychic Blade for 15 more psychic damage as the fractal dagger sort of sticks in and then bamps away. It's sort of more and more fractal daggers just kind of appear inside of him, or at least sort of around where the dagger hits.
Yeah, so you cut into this sort of blubbery flesh on the stomach. The dagger doesn't pierce that deeply, but the successive daggers sort of appearing does begin to pierce in a little bit, and you're starting to see like layers of fat.
Technically, it's not a cut, but it is. Right. It is an illusion of sorts.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm gonna back the fuck up here, head into this cell, and for a bonus action, we are gonna spend another bardic inspiration. It's like, all right, Gad, demon smashing, your favorite thing to do, right? Come on, let's get out of here. And I'm gonna give you an inspiration, Gad. D10. Use it well.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Gad.
Unfortunately, it is out of range, so I'll move 30 feet.
All right.
And ooh, that's nice. Spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Right here.
Fuck it, I'm gonna use that. I don't want to go digging for my spiritual weapon thing. 20 will hit.
Second level. Bop.
You summon the GM and
Just a flaming anvil bops up on the top of his head.
All right. Yep. Semi-spectral flaming anvil slams the Nalvishne on sort of like the back side of its head. It sort of like you see it. His head moves forward a little bit, but the rest of the body stays pretty still. This thing is heavy and well protected, so
that was my
damage to it, but...
bonus action. Oh, I'm an idiot. All right, whatever. As my action, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
You have cast a spell.
Oh, right. I'm not gonna do that. As an action, I'm just gonna stick him in the middle finger.
Okay. I mean, you can cantrip, you just can't do a spell.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, alright, in that case. It's been so long. So many things. Toll the Dead, Wisdom save, DC 16.
Okay.
For 22.
22, Jesus.
Does have advantage against it?
Jesus Christo.
Okay,
Wow.
he does make it. He has a very high wisdom score. Well, not very high, but high enough.
He looks like a scholar to me, indeed.
Yes, yes. He has a monocle on, actually. It's cracked and it's mostly ineffective, but there is like a monocle hanging there. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's my movement, my action, and my bonus action.
All right, that brings us to Lucian. You're up.
Lucian is gonna flip him the bird,
Mm-hmm.
and then Misty Step.
Okay.
But...
Got it.
And then that one takes
When do cantrips do the thing?
Your face step
Already
is an ability,
Oh.
right? Not
Wait,
a
no,
spell.
Okay, there we go. That makes
Okay,
sense.
just wanted to make sure.
yeah, it's a racial ability.
Yep. Okay.
Neato.
All right. So this would be an immolation. Okay. Let's see. Dexterity save. He's yeah, maybe. He does not make.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
37 fire damage to the demon. Wonder how that's gonna
Alright.
go.
He is unfortunately resistant to fire. So this will be 18, I think. 19.
37 half is you always round down. Fine.
Yeah, 18. Okay. So that sort of burns into all the little cuts and bruises he has so far, widening and definitely making him look even more disgusting than he already does.
Is there anything that I could with that I could use the bardic inspiration for?
No.
Not currently, I don't think.
Okay.
It applies to ability checks and attack rolls
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
and saving throws. Can't forget
And
saving
saving
throws.
So. All right. So I think that ends your turn. So
Yep.
that brings us to Yori, who is going to release Meld with Stone. He did make his save. He's gonna run his tiny little feet up there. This is gonna be interesting. Can't do that. So. Oh man. Okay. So I think that touch shit. It's not how I want that to go. Okay, he's actually gonna no, he can't do any of that. He is gonna hold a spell. And sort of he says to Gad and Nyx, you should move, I guess, if you want help. I guess. And that'll be his turn. Well, I mean, he's kind of in a shit situation there. Meanwhile, Mind Flare will move out. So he'll go right there. This is going to be interesting. So. Oh, that's not what I meant to click. That's fine. He will... Okay, so I need Gad and Nyx to make me intelligence saves, but the creature also has to make one.
Oh, great.
He's not really an ally.
Oh, great. Whew.
He
Okay,
seems
the Nalfish
friendly
Nade
enough.
doesn't make the save because this is technically not magical.
Huzzah!
Nyx, I don't think you made it. Nope. So that will be. Let's actually do that. 21 psychic damage, and you are currently stunned for 1 minute. Also affects the Nalfishne though. So the Nalfishne is currently stunned.
Oh, that means great things.
Yeah, that's kind of a great thing for you guys right now. That brings us to Nyx. You are currently stunned. Go ahead and roll me an int save. If you beat a 15, you are then no longer stunned. You are still stunned. Brings us to the Nalfishne. See what happens. Does make it, but that ends his turn. Dice, you're up.
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna grab Orira.
Okay.
Start battle carrying her out. I'm assuming that has speed.
That's half speed, yep.
Okay. So
10
15,
feet of movement.
20. And let's see, for my action,
Mm-hmm.
we are gonna look down, see the people are having a less than wonderful, amazing, beautiful time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna just, I don't know. All of my attacks are loud. Let's try something a bit more interesting.
So we're trying to be quiet.
Yeah, fair enough. Can I see the Nalfishne from here?
Yeah, I'd say you could peek your head out of there well enough. I mean, it's a big fucking thing.
Alright. I kind of sort of attempt to hold Orira in one arm, make some arcane gestures in my hand, and fling them towards the Nalfishne at a disco point and cast Shatter on him.
Okay.
That's going to be 3rd level,
All right.
and we're going to have him do a con save, which I know he's good at, but still, let's do some
Yep.
damage at the very least.
All right. Con
For a
save.
15 or halved 7. And it's going
28.
to make, because he's
Yep.
anti-magic boy, but we are
Yeah.
also going to use some bardic inspiration, burning through a lot of these, make them count people. And we're going to inspire Nyx and say, all right, Nyx, you can't burn this one, but I'm sure you're creative.
All right. That'll bring us to Gad.
Alright, I'm gonna move up into this sucker. And,
Okay.
swing again.
Okay. Unfortunately, the 7 will not hit.
That's fair.
That one, so inspiration will not help.
Yeah. In that case, I will go ahead and, dictate my spiritual weapon to go,
All right.
smash it.
Also, remember...
Wow!
assaults.
Okay!
Ouch.
A, that's another net 1. B, your friend there told you to move. Cool.
That's fine. That was only, like, half of my movement. That fucking blows. I'm gonna move off to the side. And then my spiritual
Okay.
weapon's also going to move off to the side.
Okay. That brings us to Lucian.
Oh. Oh, shit.
What?
It's your turn, Lucian.
Yeah, he said, oh shit.
No, don't worry about it.
Alright.
Firebolt, 19 will hit for 11 fire damage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just putting it out there. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right. That brings us to Yurei. Can he do it? He can just do it. He's gonna move up to there within the range. And here goes nothing. This will be 3rd level lightning bolt because that did not work. It'll be 8d6. 29 for a dex save of 15. Let's see. Oh, hello. Unfortunately, it's still half damage because he's resistant, but it does damage. So at this point, the Nalfishne is starting to look pretty hurt. Looking a little rough. But yeah, so that's Yurei does that, sort of looks at it, sees that it didn't kill the thing, and he just kind of goes, "Oh, fuck."
Oh, bother.
Okay. Pretty much, yeah. But that does bring us around to the Mind Flayer. Who... is not looking to get into a bad situation with all of this. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, I think that's what he'd have to do. He's gonna move up. Sort of careful not to hit too many people, but I need an intelligence save from Gad and Yurei this time. Yurei makes it. The Nalfishne may or may not. We'll find out. Does make it.
So no effects.
No effects. Okay. Well, he tried. Brings us to Nyx. You are currently stunned. I need an intelligence save from you. You do have inspiration.
Okay, so I can use that then.
You can, yeah, roll an intelligence save, and then if you want to, you can roll a d10 to add to it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oop.
you're good. Never mind. You are no longer stunned, but it is the end of your turn.
Okay.
So you can actually do stuff now. Kind of got shit on there by the Mind Flayer, but
I'm really
brings
thankful
us to-
that I have not been stunned by
Oh,
Mind Flayer again.
Dude, hey, doesn't mean he's not on my shit list. I get it. He's there.
So, the Nalfishne, now that it is not stunned, not generally, well, it's fucked up, but it is very angry. You are the closest thing to it, Gad. It is making 3 attacks at you.
All
Or,
right.
sorry, 2 attacks at you, 1 at Yurei. So, this one will be at Yurei, so that'll be a 17 to hit. Hits. Okay. Let me... There we go. So the next 2 attacks will be at you, Gad.
Okay. Ow.
That's a crit.
Yep. And then this one.
That's at least a hit.
Shield.
All right. Shield for the
Yep.
second.
That puts me at 27.
Good. So the claw does hit you.
Okay,
That
cool.
will be 26 points. Just to point out what the bite would have been.
Whew. Ouch. Oh yeah, he's totally not trying to kill us.
I might be trying to challenge you, but not kill you yet. That brings his turn to an end, though. You guys are doing pretty well. Dice, you're up.
Just kind of walk out with Arira in my arms. Just say, "Don't worry, I have this." You know, friend, we could probably come to a quite the amiable agreement if you could perhaps stop trying to kill us, unless you would rather have your brain eaten by the squid face over there. And I'm going to fast talk him into a vicious mockery.
Okay.
Wisdom save for 7.
Wisdom save.
I know he's wise,
Does
but
make.
you know, might as well try.
Unfortunately. Yep, it's definitely worth a try. He does, however, make.
And then I'm going to sort of... Besides, I'm pretty sure we have this. And I'm going to healing word with that offhanded comment, Gad. Just for some extra 7 hit points. There you go.
Thank you, thank you.
Top off.
Okay. That brings us to Gad, actually.
Yeah. Go ahead and Warhammer swing again.
All right. 19 just hits.
Alright, cool. So that's 10 plus
All right.
Divine Strike, which is, oh my god, where is it? Okay, 6, and then healing or holy weapon, so.
Okay, so that's still active.
Oh yes, it is it's a concentration spell.
Okay.
And that's a 2d8 radiant. And then
Okay.
my
So,
flaming anvil is gonna come down again.
all right.
I'm gonna use
15
Bardic
does
Inspiration.
Okay. Good luck.
20
20. That's it.
You hit.
for 6 force damage. Oh my god, why are you so terrible?
All right. It's looking pretty rough, but it is still standing and still very angry. In fact, at this point, you start to see these sort of purplish veins start running across its body. It is very pissed off. Lucian, you're up. Mind you, it looks very rough. Okay, chill touch. This is necrotic?
Yep.
That's its hit. Okay.
And
It also reduces the maximum hit points, right?
it cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay. I don't think
The
that's
rest-
going to matter a whole lot. Lucian, how would you like to do this?
Oh. Well, seeing as it is a necromancy thing, the chill hand of the grave goes around its throat and just strangles it to death.
All right. So the rest of you watch as this cold necrotic spectral hand reaches out, sort of grabs onto this thing's throat and begins squeezing. The Nalfashnay sort of clawing at it, but clawing through it. Eventually, you can see the thing's eyes roll back as it just sort of falls there in a big, almost like a puddle of fat and viscera. You have managed to
So it's my
kill
mom.
a Nalfashnay. I mean, I didn't say it. You said it.
Yes, I did.
However, you can hear sort of guttural sounds coming from a ways, but down the hallway.
Just kind of.
Sounds like, the sounds of combat might have done something.
I don't want to leave Taw's body here.
All right, Nick's totally looks fucked up right now, but she'll look to everybody really fast and say, "We're not leaving Ta or Zuzu behind. We're gonna go find her right now. Make sure none of us die." And she'll polymorph into an elephant and pretty much like bend down, so like it'll be easy to hoist said bodies on
I
top
believe
of.
an elephant is that big.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah, that's for you,
can
by the way.
squeeze- You can squeeze through this hallway,
But you'll be at half speed is the problem.
but
And
you're
we're
going to
kind of
be,
making
but
us
you're
speed this game.
squeezing.
fuck it. Yeah, okay.
I will say you would know that before you actually did it. I just want to,
You could
Does
transform into a
polymorph
draft horse.
only work on live things?
draft horse you could do. That is a large creature, not a huge creature.
You
It's also
also
not very combat ready.
gain 13 hit points off of fucking 3rd level cure wounds. What the fuck?
No, I'll still stay an elephant. I mean, can I still keep them? Keep like Ta and
You could hold them in your trunk, put
other
them on your
person.
back, that kind of thing.
would they fit on
Yeah,
my
you
back?
could. You could. You're just
Good.
going to be moving
Alright.
a little bit slower.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
As-
Elephant Nix is achieved. I will say, I'm guessing you guys will fish Ta and put him on there.
Describe
While
with
they're
the
doing
trunk.
that, I walk up to the Mind Flare with Arira in my hands, just kind of looking at him and say, "All you can eat, big guy." Looking over to the Nalfashnay, I turn back to the sounds of footsteps behind us. More incoming. Give him hell for me.
He looks to you. He does actually go over and essentially begins sucking the brain out of this thing. And as he does, you can actually see his body slowly, like, almost strengthen, physically strengthen. It's, I mean, despite it having a large head, it's a relatively quick process.
Mm-hmm.
He looks to you, Dice, and in Undercommon, and sort of that very whispery voice. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Seriously, don't. This is a bad idea. But
Good luck.
and to
then
you.
blinks out existence. And
I'm sure he'll be causing problems somewhere else, but for now, hopefully the problems we can benefit from. Anyways.
All right. So you guys can hear things coming down the hall.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave the spiritual weapon here and just tell it, just whack anything that comes through here that you can. And I'm gonna continue holding concentration on the holy weapon because it lasts an hour.
All right. So you guys head down the hall to the left, and you can see that there are other rooms here, not necessarily cells, but other rooms as well. There do appear to be some cells up ahead, but the hallway forks, one going way to the left and one to the right up ahead. So you guys have already taken this left here, right? Following the thing.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
You're running down the fucking hallway, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But we can't see. Can't see a turn?
No, I don't have a map.
Okay.
I told you I didn't have a map. So you guys go down this way. You start going up.
Okay. Now I can see arrow.
And so as you get here, there's a way to go that way or that way.
I look over to Crow as we're coming up to the T intersection and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, sir. I still forget. Could you tell me do you know which way has more able bodies? Because you said she's an empath, right? At least what she said to me.
Well, indicated without actually saying, yes.
Fair enough.
You almost feel like its consciousness sort of kind of goes into your mind, trying to ascertain what you mean exactly by able bodies.
We need people who can fight, and we need to find an exit if possible.
So you get two answers. To the left, people to fight, or people that can fight. To the right, in exit.
Who's for causing a commotion? I say to the party.
You have a very angry-looking elephant glaring at you right now.
I'll take that as a yes.
I don't know, fucking elephant noise.
One stomp for yes, two stomps for no.
Just stomp hard once.
Let's go. And I start charging to the left towards more able bodies.
Okay.
Your left or our left?
Key in my hands, ready to. Perfect day for some mayhem. Let's go.
All right. So, as you do, you turn to the left. Dice, you immediately see another set of those runes, the ones that sort of seem to be the one-way doors up ahead.
Are they on or off?
They are on, or at least they're probably on, but they don't seem to be. Suffice it to say, you get the idea that you're probably on the side that lets you pass through.
Well, I'm going to turn them off first, because that just seems like good business.
You do not see a way to turn them off. There's no button or anything.
If we go in there, we'll have to do. If we go in there, we'll have to circle back around to probably where the barracks are, and then come back out again.
Correct. I elbow the rune.
Well, it's a series of small runes in sort of like a going all the way around the hallway.
Cool. If I strike it, would it count as a sort of construct?
Not exactly.
All right, I'll strike at the runes with my holy weapon warhammer.
Okay, Make an attack roll. Okay, roll damage. Okay, you do a bit of damage to the stone, and you can see like a minor bit of damage to the rune, or to that particular area with the runes.
Should I roll my subsequent damage stuff too, or because for my domain I get extra damage to anything that's considered a construct or object, equal to my cleric level.
Okay. The point is here, you're doing some damage to it. It will take time still because it's a 10-foot by 10-foot hallway. You still have to. I mean, if you want to destroy this thing, you can totally do that. It will take you time.
So what you're saying is we have no idea how to deactivate it.
There is
Quickly.
no obvious way to deactivate it from here.
All right.
Lucian, do you have dispel magic for whatever this is?
I think that's what our friend is trying.
Okay.
Third
make
level?
me a. I guess it's your intelligence ability. Go ahead and roll that. Okay.
That should do.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you feel as you do that, you can feel this enchantment. It seems to be a combination of a few different enchantments in that area, but with that roll, you do in fact manage to dispel it. At this point, you can hear those footsteps gaining on you as you had to take some time to do this.
I walk towards the hallway, and as I do, I start the general talk. Friends, today, it is time that you fight for more than entertainment. Your time to be free has come, and now you fight for yourself. You fight for your people, and you fight to be free from... Oh, you understand. And I start into the doors.
I'm gonna...
There are no doors exactly. Like, the doors are another 50, 60 feet down.
Well, I continue doing the speech until I reach them. I do the thing. There we go.
I will ask Yore if he has anything flammable on him. Anything small scraps.
Let's see. He pulls out a rope, a hempen rope, and a few torches. These, I guess.
Thank you, much obliged. I'll take a torch, pop it in my fucking chest, and stick the torch into the fucking orb.
Okay. Interesting. It will light. The torch will light. So you are opening doors. Anybody else doing anything in particular?
Where's Ta's shield at? That thing's pretty big.
I would assume on Ta.
Do we want to stick it in the... if we can't stick Ta in there, we're going to be able to at least fit some of his more precious items.
No, I guess something better. No, Nixon wants to make sure Ta is nice and secure on her back, but take his shield and like hold it with her trunk. Just hold it up forward.
Okay. I will say that...
I know that sounds really weird.
No, I got what you're saying. I would say the shield is not really meant for something with a trunk. And you're pretty big, so if you want to use it to give you a bonus to AC, I will grant you a +1 bonus to your AC, not a +3. But it will help defend you a little bit. It's just really not designed for an elephant.
Totally okay, I get that.
Of all the things that this shield is designed for, an elephant is not one of them. Okay, so you guys are currently attempting to open cages. You see a few people in there, but you've just sort of gone down there. It seems that there's another set of these sort of 4 cells in this part of the hallway. Meanwhile, I think in this case, we're going to smash cut really quickly because it's been a few minutes. Zuzia.
A few.
Yeah. Well, it's probably been it's really only been like 5 to 10 minutes, really.
Yeah.
But Zuzia, at this point, the ceiling to the chamber that you are in is now about half open, and you can see these long hooked arms sort of reaching out slowly towards you. They're not really attacking at the moment exactly, but they are certainly sort of probing into the room.
Okay.
Giraffe's getting probed.
Yep.
I mean,
I was told to lick it, and that's why I giggled.
fair enough. Don't know that that would go well, but sure.
Yeah.
What fucking advice are you getting? Jesus.
So, however, there, as it sort of reaches down, you notice that one of the these sort of long hooked claws sort of taps the ground and then retracts into what is a very dark chamber above you. But you can see in there, you have dark vision. You can see a little bit of movement in there of a large, dark-skinned creature of some kind that you do actually recognize to a certain extent as it crawls out and onto the rest of the ceiling in the room, looking at you like you're going to be its next meal. And that, I think, is where we're going to end for today. I promise I'll be a little bit more enthusiastic next week. And that's going to be split party, all sorts of crazy shit. So
Whoa.
that helps me set up. Evil, be prepared to fight, because that's what you're doing next week.
I thought you said we were going a bit longer today.
We are. We've gone an extra hour over what I could do before. But we're kind of at a good stopping place for me. So
I'm not sure if I'll make next week because I'm not
Okay.
sure. I should be in California by then, but I don't know what time we'll arrive and stuff like that. So
okay.
Huh.
Well, just give me a heads up, maybe the day before or 2 days before, if you
Yeah,
have an
I
idea.
can do that.
And what we can do is, honestly, if you're not able to be there, you and I can play out that session of dealing with all that stuff, and we'll see what happens, or we can do it before or after, depending on the situation.
Or
Okay.
hear me out. We make sure next session we get enough stuff done that we can start the session after that with Evil about to fight the thing, and then a winged elephant crashes through the tower she's in.
I should be able to if we have my computer set up or if I just use his. So yeah, I can use his. So I should be able to make it there.
All
As-
right.
You know.
And Nord, if you want to talk at me in the intervening week, feel free. We can figure out the stuff on your end if you want to join.
In the meantime, that's it for today, folks. Sorry for the cliffhangers, but it's been like a 2-month break, so whatever.
Yeah.
We'll catch you all maybe next week. Who knows? Bye-bye.
Should be able to next week. I don't see a
Later,
reason why not.
bitches.